Hey, Tony Polecastro here from Tony's Acoustic Challenge, and in this video I'm going to show you just how easy it is to get into open C tuning and immediately use it as a fun and creative musical tool. Now let's dive right in and get into the tuning. Now we're going from standard tuning, so keep that in mind. So starting on our low E string, we're going to drop that all the way to a C note. Moving to our A string, we're going to drop that to a G note. Our D string goes down to a C. Our G string stays the same. Our B string goes up a half step to a C. This is the only string that you're going to be tuning up in this entire tuning. And our high E string stays the same. So just a quick recap of the notes. We have C, G, C, G, C, E. And you can always strum it just to check, make sure it sounds good and full, because it is an open C chord, so it should sound good, nice, and happy, and lush. Okay, so now once we're there, what do we do? Okay, you can't just sit around and strum this tuning. Well, I guess you could, but it wouldn't be super exciting for too long. So we're gonna isolate a single string. In fact, we're gonna target that C string, that high C string, and we're gonna play a major scale on it. So first let's go over the fretted positions. We're gonna start with it open, move to the 2nd fret, move to the 4th fret, the 5th, the 7th, the 9th, the 11th, and the 12th. Kind of that classic do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And that is a major scale. Now you might be thinking, okay, cool, it sounds musical, but it's not really that interesting. Well, it is interesting because one of the opportunities that open tuning affords us is to be able to actually play a fretted single string with all the other open strings. So check this out. I'm going to take that same exact pattern that I just taught you, and I'm going to strum all 6 strings with it. So it's going to start open, 2nd, 4th, 5th, 7th, 9th, 11th, and 12th. And there's no rule that says you have to do it in that particular order. You could do it in any order you want. Now if you're thinking, okay, well that's fine, but that C string doesn't really come through that well, you have 2 other options to pick from. You could do the same thing on that middle C, or of course the low C. Okay, keep in mind, but since that low E string or that low C string is down so low, you might get a little rattle and things, so you might have to adjust your strumming dynamic. You might have to strum a little bit lighter. So cool, so that's just a single string. We're getting all this music out of fretting just a single string. Now, one of the next questions that always pops up is, what chords can I play? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you 2 chord shapes and how to move them around and actually give you an order of chords so you can practice them and add them to your guitar toolkit. So here we go. We're going to actually start on the 5th fret. There's 2 shapes, as I mentioned. One of them we'll call a stacked shape and the other one we'll call a staggered shape. So we're going to do the stacked shape on the 5th fret. Your ring finger is going to be on the 5th fret of the high E string, and your middle finger is going to be on the 5th fret of the G string. This is our stacked shape. All right, so you can strum all 6 strings. It's going to sound nice and full and lush. That is your stacked shape. Now for the staggered shape, all you're going to do is take your middle finger here, drop it down 1 fret, so your middle finger is going to be on the 4th fret of the G string, index finger on the 3rd fret of the high E. And what I want you to do is strum all 6 strings again, and now you have your staggered shape. So your staggered shape is in between your index and your middle finger like this. Your stacked shape is between your middle and your ring finger like this. Now let's actually look at the chord locations. So we're going to start with all the strings open, and then we're going to do a staggered shape between the 2nd and 1st fret. Take that same staggered shape, move it up 2 frets. Now we're going to move up 1 fret and convert to that stacked shape. Take that stacked shape, move it up 2 frets. Move up 2 more frets and go to the staggered shape. This is going to be spanning the 9th and the 8th fret. Do a stacked shape at the 10th fret, and a stacked shape at the 12th fret. Now, as I mentioned before, this is a basic order of chords, but there's no rule that says you have to do them in that order. In fact, here's an example. Now I chose to fingerpick there, but of course you can strum or really do whatever with those chord shapes. So there you have it. That's your guide to open C tuning. In fact, I hope this gave you a ton of confidence and courage to dive into these open tunings because they're really fun and become an amazing creative outlet. Now, before I go any further, I want you to know that just by sitting down with your guitar today, just by clicking play on this lesson, you've experienced progress as a guitar player, and that is a huge win, a win worthy of celebration. So in the comments below, please let me know how the lesson went, and if you experienced any other wins, I want to know those as well. And if you like this lesson, I know that you're going to enjoy Tony's Acoustic Challenge. It's an acoustic guitar program like you've never heard of before. So please click the link here in this video or in the description below to learn how it can take your playing to the next level by experiencing fun and progress day in and day out. Again, please click the link here in the video or the description to learn more about it. I'd love to have you in the program, and please don't hesitate to request your invite today.